Right, well hello, welcome to the test drive video of my Mercedes ML diesel. I'm going to start the car now. It's starting from cold, and we're going to have a quick test drive, and just so you can see how it drives. And so here we go. Right, so it's cold now on a rainy Easter day. Just finished Easter egg hunt. We're about to drive home. So, right, as you can see, it starts first time. I've been out in it this morning. It's not completely cold, but it's more or less cold. It starts first time. Right, so the only light that's on the dashboard, the handbrake light and the coil light. The coil light goes out once you start driving, once it gets a bit warmer. So, on this car, the good thing about it is the gear selector is actually on the stalk here. So up is reverse, middle is neutral, down for drive, push the end of it, and then you're in park. So that's really good. I mean, the reason I got the car was because I damaged my shoulder and I couldn't use effectively use my left arm without a lot of pain. And so our consequence of that was having to have days off work, which obviously couldn't afford to have days off work. So I just went out and bought this car from a garage, and I've had it a number of months now, probably about, I don't know, 6-9 months maybe. But my arms, as you can see, my arms recovered now. I've got mobility back in my arm, full mobility, so I don't need the car anymore really. I've got a van for work. So so let's just get going, and then you'll be able to hopefully listen to the car, hear the engine, hear how smooth the gear changes are. Right, so handbrake is on a foot pedal, which all Mercedes are like that. I think most Mercedes are like that. It's quite easy to get used to actually. I think once you get beyond the concept of having a handbrake in the middle, it's actually a lot easier. To release the handbrake, you just pull the button here, pull the lever, sorry, into drive, and we're away. So I'm just going to talk you through what is on the car, what features it's got, and then any problems that I know about anyway, towards the end of the video. So what have we got? Well, toys we've got multifunction computer, we've got cruise control. Cruise control is operated by this lever here. It's quite straightforward to do. Basically, you set your cruise by I think you've got to be going above a certain speed to do it. So I'll show you that when we're on the road, but it's about, I don't know, 15-20 miles per hour, something like that. So we've got cruise control, we've got speed limit control as well. So you push this in and you can limit your speed to a certain value. So say, for example, you're on the motorway in a 50-mile-an-hour zone, and you want to make sure that you're not going more than 50. All you do, you set your speed limit to 50, and then you're guaranteed not to get a speeding ticket. That's really, really handy feature. Same sort of thing if you're going down a hill, actually, a big steep hill, and you want to make sure you don't go above a certain speed down the hill. You set your limit, and it will just constantly brake as it needs to do to keep you at that limit. So it's a bit like cruise control, but it stops you going above a certain limit. Whereas cruise control, obviously, you stick to a certain value, a speed value. It's got did I mention climate control? So dual zone climate control. So we've got the temperature on the left of the cabin can be set differently to the temperature on the right of the cabin, and it's auto temperature, so you basically set it to how many degrees you want. 20 on that side, 24 on that side, and then it will set the temperature accordingly. It's got air conditioning, obviously, it's part of the climate control package. It's got air conditioning, which is works really well. It's ice cold. I've never had a problem with the air conditioning. So I think at some point, given that this car's 2007, it must have been regassed. I haven't regassed it, but at some point it must have been regassed because it is ice cold. So that's a good feature. What else have we got? I think we've got like a hill descent type control, off-road type controls here. I don't quite know what these buttons do, but some of them do the off-road suspension system setup. We've got an electronic stability control module as well, which is quite useful to keep you on the road. It doesn't stop you driving stupidly, so it doesn't alter the laws of physics, but I think it does help to stabilise the car in certain situations. You've got cup holders in the front, Under here we've got an armrest, deep armrest and shallow armrest. And on top of the armrest here, we've got a Bluetooth connection. So as you can see here, we've got the phone system. This Bluetooth module works with, I've got an Android phone, I've got an iPhone. They both talk to the Bluetooth system in the car. You can pair it. I've got the instructions with that as well. So you can basically, you've got controls on the steering wheel to start a call, end a call, change the volume of the call, and that's all. And plus you've got the keypad here, so you can make phone calls through the radio unit itself. The radio unit works fine. The CD player, radio, BBC Radio Lancashire for you, cheesy Sunday music. The CD works as well. Children's music. Switch that off. So yeah, CD player works fine. The radio can be controlled via the steering wheel, so you can change the radio station, change the CD track, change the volume, all from the steering wheel, which is again a handy feature. Airbags, we've got driver's airbag, passenger airbag, curtain, side curtain airbags everywhere. It's fantastic. So a safety package that's on the vehicle, as it is on most modern vehicles. Right, so we're going to 30 miles an hour now. So to set this cruise control, I simply flick the stalk up, and now it's set to 30 miles per hour. And I can notch it up to increase the speed, notch it down to increase the speed, flick it forward to switch it off, flick it back again to recover the previous speed setting. If I touch the brake, obviously it stops. So the cruise control, fully functional, it works like a treat. And to be honest, it's one of those, cruise control is one of those things, I think if you've never had it on a car, you don't miss it. But once you've had cruise control on a car, boy do you miss it. The main reason I use cruise control is when we're on the motorways and we've got the 50 mile an hour signs. I think it's really handy to make sure you keep at the constant 50 miles an hour without getting speeding tickets. So that's a good thing, I think. What else have we got? We've got lights. Obviously we've got automatic lights, so you don't have to switch your lights on and off. They'll just stay on automatic, so I keep them on automatic, and then when I switch the engine off at night, switch the engine off after the journey, the lights will stay on for a minute or so, then they'll go off automatically. When I get in the car and start it, they're on automatically as per the daylight setting. So I think it's basically you've constantly got driving lights really, which is quite useful. But you don't have to remember to switch them off because they just switch themselves off, so you're not going to get a flat battery. So that's another good feature that Mercedes have put in this car. Windows, we've got electric windows, front, driver passenger, rear driver passenger mirror, electric windows. All of them work, as I'm just testing now. You can't see them all, but believe me, they do all work. What else have we got? The wind mirrors. The wind mirrors fold, as you can tell. I don't know if you can see that, but they are indeed folding, and they unfold at the touch of a button. And you can actually set them on the computer, so you can set it so that when you switch the key off, the mirrors will automatically fold. But I've set my computer system up so that they only fold manually. The windows, electric windows, mirrors even. The mirrors are electric and heated. So basically, you can manoeuvre them from the control panel. Again, most cars have these functions. Nothing special, but this car specifically does have those goodies. The display, we've got a trip computer on here with all sorts of other things it shows. You can set the audio settings, you can set your speed system. I think you've got your phone system, the radio system you can control, all through an instrument panel display on the dashboard. Also shows you any warning messages. I think there's one or two warning messages on here. I think the warning message is something to do with a seatbelt restraint system or something or other. I'll cover that in a separate part of the video. I think that's probably it for the inside of the car. You've probably seen from the other video the condition of the car, so I'm not going to talk about that, but just to summarise, the condition is fantastic. We've got half leather seats, half cloth, half leather, no rips or tears, it's not been smoked in. It's really nice and tidy. And good condition, yeah, really good condition. So we're going to get on the dual carriage on the bypass now, so I'll show you how well it accelerates. We're up to 40 miles an hour, 50, 40, better slow down, it's a 40 zone, 40 miles per hour. Set the cruise control. 40. But I mean, the engine's really quiet on this. The gear changes are really slick. The engine's really quiet. It's a big grunty old 3-litre diesel, so it's got the power there, but it's got the refinement as well. You can probably tell it doesn't sound like a diesel, it just sounds really quiet. It literally feels like you're wafting along. I know people say you waft along in a Bentley. It literally feels like you're wafting along. The suspension's really soft, firm off-road. The gear changes are really slick. I think it's something like 7-speed gearbox. I think I have to put that in the description below. I think it's 7-speed. But as you can tell, we're up to 50 miles an hour now. No problem. Accelerates really well, and the gear changes are ever so smooth. I can't remember if I mentioned, but basically the previous owners had some work done on the gearbox, and there must have been a problem with it changing gear in the past. So that's all been fixed now. Before I bought it, and now the gearbox, it's like brand new. It really is like brand new. It just changes effortlessly. Since I've had it, I've given it a service. It's got service history with it. It's all stamped up in the book. But it's also, since I've had it, I've given it an oil change, an oil filter change as well as an oil change. Cabin pollen air filters. I think a fuel filter as well. If it hasn't had that done, I've certainly got a spare fuel filter for it. Right, we're on cruise control now, so that was me putting it into neutral by accident, that beep. So yeah, we're on cruise control now at 60 miles an hour. Temperature gauge, the temperature never overheats. It doesn't lose water, it doesn't lose oil. I drive it quite a lot. Been driving it basically. I live in the Halifax area, and I've been working in the East Midlands in Leicester, Loughborough, Nottingham, down as far as Northampton actually. So between 150 and 200 miles away from my home basically. And I've been driving this car happily there and back every day for months on end now. I think I've done about 8 to 10,000 miles in the vehicle. It's never let me down. It's always been spot on. It's always driven fantastically. And when you get out of the car at the other end, you always feel fresh. It doesn't. The seats are really comfy. They've got lumbar support in the seats. Electric. All the electric seats move as they should do. So you've got forward and back, up and down, and then the rake goes forward and back. And you've also got lumbar support as well. So yeah, it's really comfy. And the back seats have got armrests for the children with like cup holders. So again, that's really convenient. We've got a clock on the dash, fuel gauge, rev counter, speedo, and then all the other functions like temperature, engine temperature as part of the digital display, which you can go through the menu of the system. We've got lights, we've got reading lights, we've got courtesy lights at night time. I think they are kind of, there's lights underneath you can see the reflection on my hand there. Reading lights basically, which don't distract at night time. They're quite subtle lights, but still give you enough light for your passenger to read around, that sort of thing. Sat nav system, there isn't a sat nav built in. I've got these pads, a pad down, a pad there for putting my sat nav on. So that works really well. So you don't have to put it on the window. Courtesy light under here, so the driver mirror and courtesy light. There is one here as well. The only problem with this is the covers come off. The cover's in there, you need to put it back on again. There's a little pin missing there, but that doesn't bother me. Right, we'll take up to 70 miles an hour, giving them run the motorway. So again, cruising at 70 miles an hour, no problem. I'm not sure what else to show you really. I'll put another section of the video, an example of it braking. It does brake in a straight line. It steers in a straight line, it stops in a straight line when you brake, that sort of thing. So from a driving point of view, I can't fault the drive of the car, it's absolutely fantastic. So the best thing to do is, if you're interested in the car, what I would advise you to do is get an AA inspection, come have a look, bring a mechanic, get an AA or an RNC inspection, get them to have a look at the car, come for a test drive, providing you've got your own insurance cover, and you can show me proof of address, licence, driving licence, prove you've no points in your licence, etc. You're welcome to have a test drive with me in the car, just so you can prove to yourself how good it drives as well. There's no point me I mean, the purpose of this video is just to save the bother of coming here and finding it's a shed. It's clearly not a shed, it's a really good car. So that was the point of the video, really, just so you can see that. I'm going to do another video of the inside, of a bit of a walk around through the outside of the car and the inside, just so you can see the condition of the vehicle. So what I recommend is you look at the video. Look, I'm going to put lots and lots of pictures on the internet as well, so you can see, see how good quality the bodywork is, and the seats, the interior, that sort of thing. There's one more bad point about the car actually. It's something that does need looking at. If I get time, I'll take it to the garage. But basically, I was cleaning the car about 2 weeks ago now, probably. I was cleaning the car and I wet the seat basically, and I got a drip of water into the seatbelt clip. And the consequence of that is that sometimes the light comes on the dashboard to affect the seatbelt pre-tensioner, whatever it's called now, ABS light or something like that, but it does come on occasionally. You pop the seatbelt back in and wiggle it, it's fine. So it looks like there's a bit of water in the sensor, the seatbelt thing, so they want drying out or the sensor replacing. I'm sure it's something and nothing really, but it's quite annoying when the light pops up on the dashboard. All I do to extinguish it, to prove it, is I've just plugged the seatbelt back in and it seems to go out again, so I don't know what that is. Never bothered me. The wiper blades probably need changing, they're a bit noisy as you can hear. Again, something and nothing. If I get the asking price, I'll get a new set of wiper blades for it, so it'll be a bit quieter than this. Just going to pull over here now, just so you can see hopefully what I mean about the problem on the dash. So basically what we have here, I can show you, is that there are no dash lights. There's no lights on the dash. Now if I just unclick this, it's not doing it now, but sometimes there's a light on the dash, and this pre-safe message here, but that's the message basically. It's the SRS message, and you can see the SRS, which is some warning light about the seatbelt restraint. Is it seatbelt restraint? I don't know. So basically, you get a warning message. Maybe it thinks there's someone in the seat. If I put that in, it will eventually go out. It usually goes out, so I don't know. It has a mind of its own anyway, so there is some sort of issue with that, basically getting some water in that sensor. As you can see, it's gone out now. Either that or it thinks someone had sat in the seat all the time, I don't know. It does go out, but anyway, that's what that issue is.